Good morning, everybody. This is the delayed start to the August Bicycle, Pedestrian and Traffic Safety Committee meeting. I will call roll. And meanwhile, I will get things together on the other virtual system so that I can see who's attending. I am Ed Holland, I'm chair.
Kevin Welch.
Angela Hay.
Pat Beenan.
Okay. And we can start off on item 2, which is any oral communications for items that are not on the agenda. So if any in the committee has anything or something to fill in while I get things going, then please go ahead.
Let's get Phil. Phil has something to say.
Yeah, Phil, I know Phil, and you've already waited long enough, so
Yeah.
Please go ahead.
So I'd like to propose that the town buy some signs for no parking to be used for TV Palooza and the town picnic and anything else. This will supplement the existing official no parking signs along the side of the road. And I've provided some information up there for what looks to me like the sturdiest and least expensive approach, which is buying signs from Home Depot at a total cost of around $150 for 48 signs or 50 signs approximately. That's it.
All right, thank you. And the purpose of these signs would be to cover what kind of area and domain?
From parking in the lane,
Shoulder lanes.
across in front of the town center and all the way up to the Windy Hill parking lot.
Oh, is it okay? Just wanted people to understand the extent of what you are proposing there.
And on the east side, just from the spring down turn in to down at the end of the parking lot, close to Christchurch.
Yeah.
So these signs will not be on the asphalt at all, on the surface, driving surface, correct?
Into the dirt.
Oh, into the stake is staked into the verge. Yeah. Okay. I mean, that sounds like a very good solution to the issues we have.
Yeah.
There's not enough town equipment to cover that. And I think this is a good proposal.
And if we can store them in the corporation yard, out of the weather, these say they're aluminum. I'm going to have to order them and get them to make sure, but they can't stand up to repeated use.
So what year is this of the Palooza? 5th year, 6th year? It's gotten bigger and bigger every year. Last year, there was about 3,000 people that attended that. And we did have some problems on the west side of Portola Road. We had 40 cars parked in the shoulder lane, created a big problem. Luckily, we didn't have an accident. So I appreciate what you're doing, Phil, for the town. And I don't know about the cost wise. Maybe Mary can address that.
Yeah.
Oh, the sandwich boards.
We had those last year.
They will work. And there is a benefit to what Phil's proposing in that it keeps the shoulder lane open for bikes. So if you put something in the shoulder lane, because you can't put it on the grass everywhere because it's not level. So I think this is a really good solution personally. Yeah, I think it, yeah. We're not able to really take a vote on this because it's not agendized, but I think we could give it a committee potential casual endorsement as a great solution. And
Is
obviously
that something out of our budget or who pays for it?
that is the
I
question.
mean, that's really, of course we're for it, but
I mean,
we do have a budget.
we do have a budget. It's the sort of thing that honestly, if it becomes then regular use for the town, it should come out of the town's, the public works budget.
But this is not a town event.
This is not a town event, but
But the town picnic is a town event, and I think people useful.
It could be useful for the town.
Could be
yeah.
useful for the town as
In
well,
all
Phil, right?
honesty, we never spend that much.
No,
Why in the heck don't we spend some of our money and just approve this and let the man buy his signs? I don't know, it just seems easier. We have a budget.
it would, yeah. I mean, technically though, we can't approve it.
You can put the reimbursement into the town and see if they reimburse it.
Yeah. I mean,
After,
if you,
after the fact, right? In other words, you
if-
put up
if-
the,
if you
somebody
need
put
a
up the
letter of-
funds in the beginning, and then the committee through the town would recommend that you be reimbursed.
yeah, but if you'd like
We
a letter of
work
support
that out,
from,
Mary, like that?
Would that work? Yeah, exactly.
well, yeah.
Can't we just do that?
Mhm.
There are parking signs where the bicycle traffic safety committee, my goodness.
I mean,
And like you say, they're useful. We can use them for the next 5 years
And,
at
you
least.
know, in all honesty, I have eyes on our budget for another project,
hmm,
and I'm willing to give up some of what I was planning on using for this parking signs because it's such a big issue.
Yeah.
Such an easy solution.
Mhm.
I think, well, what I was trying to say is, I think if Kevin and I, myself as chair and Kevin as police commissioner, perhaps we could give you a, if you applied to the town for this, and then we could give you a letter of support, just as in our official positions to say, hey, look, this is a great idea. Cover these expenses, please. Maybe that's a way to address it. Mary, do you have any strong thoughts about that as an approach? We can't vote on something today because it's not on our agenda. So I don't want to get into the sticking point of you just approve this money and blah, blah, blah. And I don't want to not do it, but I don't want to get into trouble either. We can, it'll be too late for Palooza.
Right, put this on the 29th this month.
I think I will spend the money and hope to get reimbursed.
Well, we could certainly make a strong,
Yeah, yeah.
we can certainly agendize to recommend that this is covered by the town at our next meeting.
But it should be a long term.
Yes.
Yes, at least 5 years.
That really would save a lot.
Yeah.
Yes.
I agree.
There's lots of places you can think about it, like the Windy Hill.
Yeah.
You know, when it gets to be a problem, you know, in there.
Mm-hmm.
Well, we talked about this a long time ago about the idea of putting things seasonally and staging them to cover certain times of year when there's very high parking demand, and this would potentially address that question as well. So
Probably, if it ends up being in a public works investment.
yes,
Right. I don't know if they're enforceable or not. That's the question. But if somebody's parking in the shoulder lane, we do have, I believe, an ordinance on that. So the sheriff can go do a follow-up and cite if he had to. I'm all for it. Thanks, Phil. I think it's a great idea.
Yeah, thank you very much, Phil. I think it's a great idea too.
thank you.
Oh.
Yeah, I mean, I wish we could just say yes
This is
and just go with it, but
Who's that? Mm-mm, that's.
most certainly, yeah.
I don't know, I was gonna ask.
Picnics in
Picnics on the-
September, yeah.
Picnics on,
Tennis courts are-
I think the picnic is the 15th. No, it's,
well,
Close to that date.
or is it the
In
11th?
September.
Is it the 11th?
Yeah.
I gotta look at the calendar here.
Yeah.
Exactly. No, excuse me, Phil, I have one more question. On this map, I'm just a little confused, where it says parking for vendors, sponsors, attendees. Where is that?
That's the Windy Hill open field owned by the Peninsula Open Space Trust. We'll be parking
Using the meadow, right?
cars down there during PV Palooza and then running a shuttle there
What is that road that's,
That's the road into the Windy Hill parking lot.
oh, that's the Neely driveway. Okay, yeah. Okay, that's why I was confused because this isn't a normal artery for traffic, is it?
No.
Okay, got it. All right, thank you. Communication with the map and so forth, send it to Berkeley, and then I'll look at the system. I'm very helpful. I'm very helpful. What's his name?
Bill.
Barton. There you go. Yeah. Yeah, thank you. All right.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah, for clarification, I'm looking at the town calendar here. 19th is the town picnic, 19th of September. Oh, they'll have to do it here.
We're doing the raid, we're running the raid.
Oh, fantastic. Oh, wonderful. Okay.
How many?
6.
All right. That's fantastic.
Yeah. Okay.
I think Kathy is on that, he didn't change his name.
Oh,
No, that's not me. I think Patty's online because she unmuted herself. We don't have a sheriff. Oh, that's what it is. Okay.
So for new issues, there was 2 things that I wanted to mention. At the town council meeting, on the ballot for November, there is a referendum for Portola Valley to add a parcel tax to the sale of our homes. It's a 1% tax that is designed to keep us liquid, basically. It's really interesting as far as the stakes. And I think that we're all really should be on board as far as being able to explain to people what this is. So the 1%, if we don't stay above our bills and we revert to being a county asset or just part of the community, kind of like Ladera, we have nothing to say about anything.
That's
We
true.
give up our rights. We give up all of this. It's, and then all decisions are made by the county. That's what's really at stake. So, because I was thinking, what's the big deal? We just have county police out here, just like Ladera. That's no big deal.
Yeah.
But the other side of the coin is us being a community that has some power as far as what's going on here.
Yes, I agree.
So I think that anyway, that's on the ballot. So I think that's something you could definitely,
Thank you, Pat.
we have to get educated on that.
Yeah. There is, thank you.
Yeah.
I have one further comment and an FYI for the committee. There was a piece of business came up on email between the assistant town manager and Roberta Zera, who's the superintendent of the school district, over the last few months discussing there was a near miss incident on Los Trancos Road, a student crossing the street there, going up the road and sort of into the back entrance of the club. And there was a desire to do something to improve pedestrian safety at that location. In the last week, I've learned that the assistant town manager has told this person that they're appointing a consultant to look at the area, and that there's no need to have a discussion any longer, and this is all being handled. At which I have complained. I wrote an email to the council saying, please involve BTS. What is the consultant costing? What is the consultant going to be given as goals for the report that they're going to produce, and what are they going to properly look at? So please watch this space. I don't want to debate that further here, but I sent a very strongly worded email to the council and to the town manager, insisting that BPTS is properly abridged of these sort of things before they get kicked off, and are fully involved in things. Because we know in the past that we've seen traffic reports and studies from consultants that were not worth the paper they were written on, frankly, and very expensive.
Yeah, talking of Roberta and the school, there's another hazard coming out of the school at the moment, which is flowing water. And we've had this flowing water before, and I know they've put down some new sod, but I mean, it was going from 4:30 p.m. to 6 p.m., heavy flow coming down Alpine Road. This morning it was coming too. I don't know if it goes all night, but I haven't watched it. But anyway, there's a flow of water coming out of that school.
We've had several pipes broke in the community lately. I don't know if you know that.
I think what
Cal
Angela's,
Water's working on it best they possibly can.
what Angela is referring to is somewhat systematic. I live right there as well, and so we often see this rather heavy use of water going down the drain. Yeah. Anyway, thank you, Angela. Do we have any other public comments
Yes.
before we move on?
I do.
Go ahead, please.
Last night, the Cultural Arts Committee, Phil was on, of course, was very successful on their concert. And they were so successful that we had people, again, parking in the shoulder lane of Portola Road. There was nobody directing traffic. There was no enforcement of traffic, which there should be, especially with our main events. But it was an extremely successful event last night. Phil, can you give a little bit more information on that? Thank you.
Yeah, typically the parking for the town concerts has been taken care of by the official parking spaces plus Christchurch. You say last night it wasn't, I wasn't outside looking at parking to see it.
It was the whole town was full.
There was
Every shoulder and the grass was covered.
Yeah,
Okay, so maybe for the town concerts also, these signs should go up.
Yeah.
I think so.
They were actually not all in the shoulder. Some were parked because the bushes have been cleared by the fire brigade for fire mitigation. There's now more space on the edge of Portola Road. So they were actually on the bank at the side of Portola Road in a lot of the places.
Yeah, I'm concerned about parking on grass as well as the potential fire hazard. You know,
Yeah, I'm really concerned about the overflow at Mid Peninsula as well. I just went by there and it's not mowed down
Not mowed
at this
yet.
point.
Hmm.
And that can hold about 500 cars,
Yeah.
you know?
I'm-
Yeah. So last year we had 274 cars in the town center area. We had another 70 cars parked on Farm Road. And then we had 45 cars parked on the shoulder road on the westbound on Portola Road. So we're talking about close to 400 cars at that point in the town. The overflow went up to Mid Peninsula last year. I don't know how many were in the overflow. Probably when I went by, maybe 40, 50 cars at that point because people weren't aware of it.
It'd be nice if we could use the metal in front of Springdown.
Yes,
So,
I think that's been a hard no from conservation. So.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, right. Phil, thank you again.
Who's the liaison between on Palooza and Compact for parking? I don't think so. I think they'll delegate somebody else. Because last night
Oh,
at the meeting, they asked for more volunteers.
I saw that on the forum as well. Hmm.
Yeah.
Uh,
So that's what you say that when you're asking, you should do asking permission from.
John Bagger has been talking with them.
There's a precedent for this, I'm sure. Phil, this question, if I may, do you have a specific parking person that is a liaison, or is that you?
town council.
Oh, okay,
Meeting first before
okay. When you find that out, please let Kevin and I know as well who that person is.
as soon as possible.
As soon as you know, of course. Thanks. Okay, if there's no further public comment, I'd like to move on. Item 3 would be the approval of minutes from the June meeting. I forgot to list in here that we also have in the packet the minutes amended from the April meeting. Sorry, the May meeting. There was a request to amend those. Submit. I beg your pardon, we have June and July in here. That's correct, yes.
I propose that we approve the minutes for July and approve the amended minutes for June.
Thank you. Do I have a second?
Second.
Okay, all those in favor, we approve, accept the minutes
Aye.
as submitted? Aye.
Aye.
Thank you. That's unanimous. Right, moving on. I would introduce Sergeant Barano at this point, but he's not available online. I think that should go into our consideration of negotiating the sheriff's contract.
Wait. Give some more information. This morning when I got here at 7:45, there was a lady standing outside and she said, "Are you going to be opening the schoolhouse?" I said, "Yeah." She says, "The sheriff will be there, right?" I said, "No, the sheriff will be on Zoom." Well, I need some help from the sheriff. And I said, "What's it all about? Maybe I can help you." She says, "Yeah, I received a citation and I need to clear my record. So I need a sheriff to sign it off. I can't sign it off by Zoom." So there's no sheriff here. So I told her, I says, "You can wait until 8:15, 8:30 when the chairman of the committee comes in and ask him." But other than I know, as far as I know, there's only Zoom with the sheriff at this point in our meeting. Is that
Mhm.
correct?
That's been the general pattern, yes. Without that, I have no further comment. I did receive, I forgot to put them in the packet. Did I put them in the packet? I forget, but we did get the traffic reports for that will be June 2026. Those are available to review. There are a good number of citations, look like about 20 stop sign violations. 4 parking citations, and 2 traffic collisions, 1 non-injury. A trailer backing up collided with a street sign. Oh, the other listing is not a citation. It's just a comparison to June 2025. Okay, and yeah, just the 1 accident. So to date, this year we have 10 parking citations, a total of 181 citations, 10 parking, and 100. Oh, sorry. This is very unclearly written out here. But if you go to the last page of the police report, there's a breakdown of citations. We've had a total of 3 accidents, 1 major injury accident. Sorry, a total of 4 accidents, 3 non-injury and 1 major injury. One of which was the bicycle accident. I think in June. I hope we have a officer in attendance at the next meeting to give us a better breakdown of these things. Item 5 would be our public works update, but
Just getting back to the sheriff, do we
Yeah.
get back to the sheriff's office and report that nobody turned up and ask them, I mean, we need to report this.
we can. I can also ask Darcy to quiz them. You could call the non-emergency number and ask, or I could just.
Call the
I could just-
sheriff's office and say, well, and we need to have some accountability.
Yeah, of course. I mean, Nick is our usual liaison and he's well aware of the schedule. He did not tell me that he would not be in attendance. So,
Yeah.
I'm not sure. I don't have,
Call Darcy.
yeah, I don't have his number, but the non-emergency number I can give you.
Well, we've got the main sheriff's office number.
Yeah, I've got that. Hang on. So the non-emergency number is 650. Oh.
We're in the bicycle drifting, we're fussing up the sheriff not being.
That's all right. I can give you the sheriff number. It's 650 363 4911. All right, thank you, Mary. Just take a moment to let Mary find out what's happening, and then if not, we'll move on to through Public Works on our regular business.
We don't have any.
Nobody on Zoom?
Do we have anyone from public?
No.
No.
I think we're somewhat at the mercy of holding our meetings on Fridays. And I did, I'm not sure the town office is open on Fridays.
Not open on Friday.
Is it
closed on
open?
Friday.
Yeah, is it? I'm not sure.
Well, one thing we could talk about while we're waiting is the whole fire drill that's going to happen on.
That's on the
September
11th, yes.
Now, is that the entire town?
No.
No, it's Los Trancos only.
Oh, it's just Lost Trancos?
Yes.
Okay, so are they doing the fire drills like systematically throughout the community?
I meant to check in with them yesterday. I would talk to Craig Herbera or somebody on EPC that might know, because they're very well abridged on this. I can maybe try and find out.
I was just,
Because obviously that affects you directly.
I joined the website, I should be getting notices, but at this point, there's not much information.
Yeah.
Nick Borano. He's giving him trouble.
What's the last?
Borano.
Barano? Barano.
Sergeant.
He's off duty.
Must be
Not if
down
he's
on-
off
it's-
duty,
it's-
can't let you know if he's off duty.
You get him a call? I have his mobile, I have his phone.
Oh, you
number.
do?
That's very inappropriate. I'm on holiday. You don't call people when they're on holiday.
Yeah.
I get phone calls that we have some good people.
I just had another thought, what about getting plastic streamers on the existing no parking?
You mean the caution?
No, just, iridescent plastic streamers tie them up high on the sign and let them stream in the living flow. So that people can't claim they didn't see the no parking.
No. Plastic pollution, not gonna go with that.
Yeah.
No, thank you, Mary.
It's not working.
Okay. Well, in which case we'll move on. Our next regular item on the agenda would be discussion of items related to public works. The only thing I can report was we do have a new interim public works manager, I believe. I think Kevin, you might remember the name.
Yeah, I believe it's Armando Lee will be our interim director of public works. And I was hoping that Darcy would bring him this morning and introduce him to the committee, but apparently not.
Darcy's on vacation as well. isn't it? Yeah. Apparently, yeah. So according to Mary.
And he's very good. I have met him. He's good.
Okay. Do you know what his initial focus is going to be?
He has one day in the office and 30 hours, that he can be doing. things.
Okay.
And he's very impressive.
Yep.
And he's totally-
Thank you.
Mary, can I say one thing? I noticed that our streets are starting to have a lot of potholes, especially on Alpine Road. There's one area that's probably 4 or 5 inches deep already down near the Ford Field.
The mat has come off. The whole mat has rolled off.
It
yeah.
was mentioned that we're way behind, years behind as far as the
Yeah.
resurfacing of the roads just because of our budget. On Las Trancas Road, I go on the other side of the road parts of it because the road on one side is so bumpy that you can't, terrible.
There's one other item I think comes up as a very specific. I don't know if it's been resolved yet, but on the shoulder on Alpine, close to the Hawthorns, where there's the building project, they're putting the new sewer line in. There are metal plates on the road and cones, but the cones are only on the metal plate. If you have steel plates in the road, you have to have a warning, steel plates ahead, 100 yards. And those signs are not in place.
Yeah, there was one fellow that actually went around the sign and hit another bicyclist. This happened 2 weeks ago and took out part of his face.
So yeah, it's a direct hazard.
It's dangerous area.
Most cyclists go into the traffic lane rather than cycling on the right-hand side of these bumps. And they need to be flattened and put back or something.
Yeah. But I've also witnessed the cyclists not looking before they pull out.
Oh, exactly, exactly.
So that's another problem entirely. Thank you. I don't have anything further on public works unless any other concerns from committee or from the floor.
Just the water running down the road from the school.
Absolutely.
I have a question, Ed. Are you going to notify the sheriff about putting the electronic signs out for Palooza, and how far ahead are you going to do that?
Yes, thank you. That's a good reminder. We want that at least 2 weeks ahead.
I would say so. At least 2 weeks, 3 weeks would be ideal.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's a good point. Thank you, Kevin.
You know, that one of the fair dogs could be called about this, putting the other.
No, it's a sprinklers issue. I think they have a reservoir underneath or something, and it overflows. That's what
Yeah.
I think happens. And I thought it had been fixed when they redid some of this, when they built that new building at the school. I thought they'd fixed it, but it seems to have come back.
It does. I'll have to look on the field. That field has typically been completely overwatered, and one corner of it is always boggy.
They weren't actually watering the field. That's the thing. So that's why I think it's in a reservoir underneath that then overflows.
Yeah, there is some infrastructure there, isn't there? And,
Yeah.
I know what you mean.
Yeah, but the force was coming out even 6 o'clock at night, and they weren't watering at 4:30 when we went out. So it's got a good force coming out. Absolutely, it must be reported to the school. And the danger, Mary, is in the winter when it's black ice, and I slipped sideways right onto my hip joint and could have had a very nasty. Well, it was a nasty fall, but it wasn't as nasty as it could have been if I'd hit my head. But it's also slippery for bicyclists right now.
Yeah, it brings down a whole bunch of loose debris as well. It means there's a lot of sandy, slippery stuff on the road surface.
Yeah, it's right across the crosswalk. It makes it slippery.
Okay. I think if that's covered, we could move on to our ongoing committee business. I know there was a lot of interest in item 6A, the wildlife signage. And we were going to have a letter ready to review at this meeting, which Pat, thank you, you provided and should be in our agenda packet.
Oh, yeah, we'll get that this next month. On my things to do is to contact the other committees and get movement in that direction. So I'll have a much more concise report next month, but what I sent in the packet and what Angela, thank you, editing, we just updated some of the dates so that they're more accurate And we're trying to figure out what it looks like as far as the contest. Do we do it on a national scale? Do we do it on a much more local scale? Is that something that we want to discuss as a committee? Are we going to offer a prize? That's the other thing about our budget that I would put in to have, if we do have any prize, it would come out of our budget.
Mhm.
We would also, depending on how it's configured, we could make it a competition, if it was an even regional or national competition, there would be an entry fee, which would also give us a source of a little bit of income. So there's that to be considering. So I don't, there's a lot of detail as far as how to configure this. And I don't know, Angela and I are on this committee. Is this something that we discuss now, or how exactly do we proceed with all these details?
Yeah, those are very good questions. I think what we wanted initially was a draft letter to support the idea of holding a competition and something that we submit to the council in a reasonable amount of time. Because to make any of the decisions, I mean, obviously we need a proposal, but to make any of those decisions, we need a level of approval for the council, from the council, to proceed with holding a town competition.
I got a question for Mary. Are we allowed to raise money? I mean, if we said we've got an entry fee, as a sort of advisory group to the town, are we allowed to raise money like that and say we've got an entry fee for a competition for a sign?
Right.
Hmm.
It sounds like a good idea to me.
It does sound like a good idea. Why not?
Let's ask Darcy.
Yeah, so in order to write the letter, these details have to be figured out, don't you think? Or
I think so.
I think that's really
Well, no, I think we can get a letter out, but I think the plan we need to I think we need to offer the town council the option. This is what we are thinking. This is our option. I can say that. Yeah.
okay. So we're thinking about putting on a competition and charging a fee.
Mhm.
And the money raised from that fee will be the money that we use for the prize, but we still have to announce in the on the count or on the event that what the prize is. We can't just say it's based, we have
Right.
to have a number.
Of course. I mean, to me, I thought the prize would be that your winning design is displayed in town, but maybe that's not enough these days.
Oh,
I have one further question, and yes, we absolutely want to support this and make a recommendation to the council. Do we want to do that in concert with other committees doing the same thing at the same time and present together, or should we not wait and go piecemeal? I mean, I think I'm very much in favor of making what you've proposed as a draft, and we complete that as a recommendation to the town council. But I know other committees have a weigh in on this particular question.
I think the next thing before we even send it to the council is for to contact the other committees and see if they're interested, because
Mhm.
I would think we'll get a lot more traction if the more committees we have involved. And the more committees we have involved, the more accurate our information. I can't see the wildlife committee being objecting. I want the arts committee to be involved.
Mm.
We want this is something that we could actually use as a project that everyone could have a say in.
Okay.
And I like that idea. I think we need something like that.
As a next step, would you be willing to contact the committee chairs?
Yeah,
for
yeah,
those,
that was
please?
going to be my next step.
Perfect. then I think that's a great path forward.
Pat, I have a question.
Yeah.
Question is, could there be other co-sponsors such as the Oakland Zoo? Because they do a lot for wildlife. I don't know if you know that.
The Oakland Zoo.
Oakland Zoo.
Why would they be?
Well, example would be when the cougar died here, the 3 orphaned cubs were brought to the Oakland Zoo. Most of the wildlife around our Bay Area, if there's a disability or any injury with the animal, they're brought to the Oakland Zoo,
Oh,
and they have fantastic resources there. But I'm just thinking about it like a co-host, somebody come on board that would advise as well.
Well, it's definitely something to be looking at. I mean, if we could get an institution of that caliber interested, it's all better. That's all good. Okay, can't object to that.
Yeah,
I don't know.
January. Yeah.
But I think it's worth looking at. I'm not going to hold my breath.
Yeah.
But I think it's a great idea.
Just something to think about.
Yeah, I like it.
Very good. So for the interim, I'm going to propose that we accept the draft letter of recommendation. But the next step will be maybe to keep our powder dry, or would that be to pass that on to council immediately
Pass it on.
for recommendation?
Pass it on.
Because
I think we
that's-
pass it on
that
and do the other thing in parallel.
Yeah, I mean, our determination last month was to get the ball rolling and do something to regain the momentum of this process. And I you know, and the suggestion was, can we get a letter approved for next time to get to the council as quickly as possible?
Okay.
So I'd like to stay in line with the intent that we determined last meeting.
All right.
But it doesn't mean we can't reiterate, say, look, we have this letter of recommendation, and go ahead when other committees make theirs. You know, have the reminder that they also have the support of BPTS for the initiative.
All right. Okay. So I'll get the letter. I can send it to Angela for approval and then we send it to you.
Yes.
I've
that's correct.
approved it.
Oh, she
So you proved it.
That's also was done. Okay. that's-
So
We've done it. Yeah.
so I'm going to propose that we accept the draft as amended, and that we make that our letter of recommendation to the council. Do I have a second for that motion, please?
You have a second.
Okay, all those in favor of making that recommendation, please.
Aye.
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 And I think we send the letter to the other committees.
Perfect. Yeah.
Ask for a letter of ask for a letter of endorsement from them.
Okay, perfect. All right.
That's an aye from me, and presumably, Pat, that's an aye from you.
Yeah.
So we have a unanimous carry of that vote. Thank you.
Okay, great.
And thank you for your hard work on that, both Angela and Pat.
All right.
Okay, item B is our ongoing look at e-bike safety. Don't know whether we have anything further on that at the moment.
Well, there's a little bit of a pushback against towns that are doing their own regulation, because it's actually a very high percentage of people who cannot drive a car. I mean, this is often young people, but they're also people who can't afford a car. And the cry has gone out from advocates of e-bikes that we shouldn't curb people's freedom with an e-bike too much. Okay, so that's one thing. Mike Swire, who is a bike advocate and on the ABAG bike committee, said he thought that there was rumblings in the county about having another meeting on e-bikes, but then he said, there's so much going through the state, he wasn't sure it would actually get held. So I think we really have to look at what the state's doing. We can regulate our trails. I would look very strongly at redoing the signage on our trails. And if there's a grant that we can get to do that, however we get the grant, we may not get it from the county, get it from somewhere else. But I do think that we have a real problem on our trails, and one day a horse and a bike are going to collide or something, and there's going to be a disaster. Someone's going to get knocked down. I think awareness is getting better at the classes of whether something's an e-bike or an e-moto or something like that. So I think the awareness is getting out there a little bit better, but there's still medical people are saying they've got far more accidents on e-bikes. They're soaring now. So it's definitely a safety concern.
Thank you, Angela.
I wonder with the e-bikes, with the regulations, the state regulations, where it says that they're supposed to ride single file. I've been opposed to single file for years with a regular bike, but with the e-bikes, it adds such another dimension to the use of our bike area, that shoulder area that we allow for bikes. Is there any way, is that being shared as far as how important that is with the schools?
It is incredibly important.
Yeah.
On the shoulders here to cycle single file. I cannot reiterate how important it is to have just 3 bikes single, one behind another, then a gap, then another 3 bikes single. And so we're not racing bikes. Most people are recreational bikers coming through here. And so I am very much against people cycling side by side up Alpine Road, because you have to be able to give people 3 feet.
Mhm.
But for e-bikes, I mean, if it's just a bike that's got pedal assist for going uphill, then that's treated like a regular bicycle, but it can go a bit faster uphill. But it's when you've got the ones that have a throttle that sort of supposedly limited to 28 miles an hour, but going downhill with a throttle, you can certainly go a lot faster than 28.
Class 2 and class 3.
Yeah, the class 3, yeah. And also, I mean, we have speeding bicyclists. I can see their names on Strava, people who speed down Alpine Road above the speed limit.
Yes.
On regular bikes.
Well,
We're not ticketing cars for speeding. It's going to be a while before we ticket bikes. If they were parking, or if they,
Yeah.
One of the problems with the e-bikes is the industry is changing. They're changing according to what people want. And because of these restrictions through the town and then the county, the state has prevalent of what's going to happen in the next.
You have state and national regulations, but then you have Temu and Amazon selling you anything that you want.
That's correct.
And that's completely unregulated and is not, it's very hard to.
Well, the state is trying to work with vendors on labeling and things like that. One bill that did not get through and has been dropped is putting a license plate on bikes.
that would be a
Yeah.
good idea.
It is, but it's so hard to enforce. But okay, thank you. I think let's go with our update on e-bikes, unless anyone has further comment. Item 6C was safe routes to school. I don't know if there's any new developments in that area.
All I would say is I have a couple of flags that I'm going to put out. We don't have any more flags, and some of the flags are getting tatty on the crosswalks. And I don't know if we want to use any budget to get some new flags and check all the
Are you talking
crosswalks.
about the paddles in the middle of the street?
I'm talking about the orange. You can see an orange flag out there on that crosswalk.
Crossing flag.
Oh, the crossing flags.
Yeah, the crossing flags. Just when school goes back, we might want to put some. I'm going to
Yeah.
put 2 new flags out near the Kota Madeira crosswalk because I happen to have 2 new flags. But I bought them with my own money before, and so I'm wondering what we want to do to upgrade our flags.
One thing I want to say about the flags was like on Alpine Road there where the club is, they end up on one side of the street.
Yep.
And nobody wants to bring them back to the other side.
That's true. Where they work best is where there is a resident who lives nearby who can move them.
Yeah, yeah.
I know. Isn't there someone that lives close to that intersection that could go over there and redistribute the, give her that job. Yeah. Perfect.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you. Our next discussion would be on the alternative. Okay. Alternative Transport Infrastructure Committee. I know, Pat, you were working hard on the signage.
Not all the commute.org money was spent. And so there's money for commute.org, which is a little bus that comes around in certain communities. Half Moon Bay, East Palo Alto, and the part of East Menlo, okay, has a little commute.org bus, like a little bus that comes around and picks up commuters. But not all the money for that was spent, I heard. I don't know what happened to the extra money. And I don't know if Portola Valley would ever qualify for a commute bus to take people down to the train station or anything like that, because people don't really use the public bus for that, which they could. So, it's just, when you're talking about alternative transport, you've got to look at how do we cut down on the number of people on the roads. And one way would be to have a shuttle bus for commuters.
Yeah, absolutely. Okay, thank you. Item 6E, we'll put this on as the speed trailer update. Speed trailer has been working very effectively over the last few months, actually. We're getting at least 4 or 5 weeks deployment out of it with the new battery system and charger setup. Plus the solar panel is now working. And as part of our activities last weekend, recovering the trailer, putting it back on charge, Kevin and I went to look at potential deployment locations near Ormondale School. For something in the interim, there is some discussion about, do we improve pedestrian safety around Ormondale School? One thing we could do immediately is deploy the trailer at an appropriate location to slow traffic down on the Shawnee Pass circle.
I think, Ed, I'm going to talk to the principal as well.
That's a
I
very good
haven't
idea.
done that over there at
Thank you.
Ormondale, and see what she suggests we do.
Good to do
Place-
that and
placement
loop
wise.
in Roberta.
Yeah.
That we've identified a potential location, although it is in front of somebody's residence, so there might be a bit of careful negotiation there, not to ruffle any feathers.
Yeah, we have some residents that like it in front of their residents. Others say we don't want it near our residents. So
Yep.
we have to deal with that.
Okay,
It didn't have a message on it when I last went past.
it may not be showing a message. I've got to reconfigure that and set something up.
You mean
I like to see a message when I go past.
the
it.
scrolling you're
Yes.
talking about? Okay.
Well, that actually does do more of a hit on the batteries.
Oh,
So it's a consideration of length of time being deployed versus what the effectiveness that you want to have. Okay, final item here would be traffic and parking discussion on the Woods property, but I don't think there's been any significant development on that recently, has there?
That's
No.
Mary.
Mary, are you aware of anything new from either Mid-Penn or in the town related to the Hawthorns, the Woods property? Oh, good.
Oh, great, because that was the stalemate.
Yeah. That's quite something.
But we're not going to get any new plan or information from them now it would be like 11 months. They put us kind of on a hiatus as far as what was going on.
They have got to vote in their board and say what they see what they see. Responded by saying we want to see it including the cost. And they are talking, the trees out are talking. In particular, we've raised the awareness of the fact that our needs for parking are much greater for open space access at Windy Hill and eventually for Elmer or I know this is a poor allocation of resources.
Thank you.
Yep,
So
brilliant.
so that's the message. The town is clearly saying, and Murphy is clearly saying, we want to get this little project done and get it out of the way. And we can do this, it's all real, let's do it. And he's saying it's not, real.
Right.
Not, I mean,
Good. That was my take on it from going to the meetings. That was what I concluded as well. So yes, and
so the one thing that I keep saying, we never gave up the alternative to the meaningful for our town. They don't cut it, but it's all you
Mm.
We did not get the alternative. to the
Yeah.
meaningful for our town.
right.
And anyway, it's right now in the legal process of getting the environmental impact report done. And they've decided to invest their money in getting that done, so.
They seem to be great lovers of process.
Yeah. The process is moving the process.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay,
Thank you.
thanks for the update though. That's,
So we're pushing hard at, every way we can. If you know, conservation can be very clear. The letters are going out, they're down to the floor.
oh, absolutely,
If
yeah.
you walk every single floor, then you bring this thing, you're not slowing, whatever reason, you're not slowing down and you just bring it.
The impact is huge.
Mhm.
It really is.
Yeah, I think we're all agreed on that. And we've discussed this at length in a number of different forums. So, yeah, thank you. Our final piece of business would be item 7, which is our upcoming events. So we know about PV Palooza is August 29th, Saturday. The town picnic will fall on Saturday, September 19th. Summer concert on September 10th,
Thursday. Concert.
Thursday night. And then on the following Friday will be the evacuation exercise from Los Trancos. That's on that's the 11th. Yes. There we go. We've discussed most of those somewhat at length already, I believe, unless there's anything else anyone would like to comment. I'm looking to close.
Since Phil is here, I have a comment or a question for him. Are you going to encourage, Phil, the committee encourage bicycling and walking and carpooling to Palooza? Is there? Okay, that'd be great. Take the burden off the town for parking.
It's much easier if you
Yeah.
do that because then you can park at the
Bicycle
Palooza.
valet.
I have our bike valet signs still, our PV,
Good.
if we wanted to do a bike valet.
For the picnic? Or
For the
No,
Palooza,
for
we could do
Palooza.
bike
Palooza
valet.
Coming up.
Yeah, unfortunately, I shall be out of town for the Palooza.
Yeah,
I'm not
you're saying,
available.
yeah.
So, very good.
Yeah, the date's wrong for the next meeting on the note.
Is it? Oh,
Yeah.
oh, my bad. September 4th. Is that not correct?
I think it's August 7th, like. today.
Hey there, family. Can you hear me?
It'd be September.
Somebody is online?
Oh, that really is Patty. I beg your
Yeah.
pardon. Somebody told me to.
Yeah, it's Patty.
Yes, hi, Patty.
You hear me?
Yes, we can. Can you hear us?
Yes, I can. Thank you. Hey, I just wanted to weigh in on ZOTS. So we're gonna start advertising for opening up the registration. So I thought the committee should start thinking about getting the volunteers for the road closures, working with the sheriff. If there's anything I can do to help facilitate that, just getting it on your mind here.
Yeah, thank you. The sheriff had asked for the map again for the course. And I don't think, are there any changes from last year to that, the general layout?
No, we were considering moving the finish line for the bikes up, maybe close to Windy Hill, because they cause such a danger around the finish line because they're going so fast. And we've had several near accidents, but we're not sure it's going to help. But anyway, by and large, it'll be the same. Yes.
Okay, thank you. Yeah, I mean, that's so. There was a question from Mary is, would you also have the horses finish at the same location as the bikes?
Mary, the horses are a totally different route. We're taking you through Westridge.
No. Really?
No.
We
kidding.
like our trail. We're happy to finish with everybody else. We could probably keep on going to the town center. I think people like it.
Yes, they do.
It's
Yeah,
the
we do.
bikes that cause the problem.
Okay, thank you, Patty, and thank you for the prompt on getting those things moving with the sheriff. I will work on that in the background. And I'll keep you abreast of what's going on there.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you. Okay, I think somebody said I have the date wrong, but this is for the next meeting date.
Next meeting date should be 7th
That's what I have.
August.
Where? I'm looking down at adjournment. Section 8. Okay. Oh, I meant to, could have put that as a public comment. Thank you. Yes. If you, yeah, vote, please do.
My official public comment on the petition for Skyline, making a safer Skyline and Woodside Road intersection at Four Corners and Mountain Home? No, what is it called? Kings Mountain Road?
Kings Mountain.
Kings Mountain Road. That petition has been a huge success, I would say. Somehow I was put on as a sponsor, so I get every single person who signs an email from them. And there were over 500 signatures within 3 days. And it does have the attention of our supervisors and our representatives in Sacramento, and they're convening a few Zoom meetings, at least to start with, and hopefully we'll move ahead with something happening.
Thank you. Thank you, Mary. I would amend that. I'm trying to find the response that I got, but I finally got a response, and I think it was from Caltrans, but I could be wrong about that, saying that there was in response to the petition, there was a plan to hold some community meetings. I wish I could find that email right now, but I'm afraid I cannot. Yeah, but you're aware of that response as well.
God bless it. Has been following this.
Very good. I don't have anything further on that, but if you have not signed the petition, please consider doing so. I put a note on the forum earlier in the week or last week, and got a good response from forum folks as well. So thank you to everybody who went on, signed, and I know they passed on to other folks as well, which was part of the things, like see it and pass it on. So. If we don't have anything further,
Maybe you want to send that out again.
I could bump it.
Okay,
Yep.
great.
Next regular scheduled meeting will be on September 4th. I will be out of town and unavailable for that meeting. So we're traveling as our summer holiday trip.
So the vice chair.
I know,
Yeah,
just let me check before
Can we all make it?
If not, I can help you set up an extraordinary meeting for an alternative date.
Okay, yeah.
You good?
Yeah, it's good. I'm good for the.
Thank you, Pat. I'll try and get on via Zoom, but I'm not sure how that will work, because I'll have a time difference and a bunch of other things going on. So maybe I can do it from the pub. It was from Caltrans, thank you.
Thank you for your email, safety concerns. Caltrans will coordinate with elected officials, local jurisdictions, and partners, the whole community meeting. And updates about ongoing safety. And
Yeah.
the question, we got a feedback on safety strategies for these projects. So.
I mean, I think that's probably the most you could hope for at this stage is an acknowledgement and a response that they intend to do something, which is fabulous. It's not everything, certainly, but it's a very good start.
I think we need to keep.
And then keep the pressure on. Yeah. Okay. Thank you, Pat, for agreeing to hold the meeting in my absence. So that would be, as usual, on August 4th.
September 4th.
Sorry, September 4th.
Okay.
And we'll go from there. If there's nothing further, then I motion to adjourn the meeting. Okay, meeting adjourned. Thank you, everybody.
Thanks, Ed.
All right.